It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? I hope you had a great King holiday weekend, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend, and a great Dr. Martin Luther King Day. On Tuesday, on yesterday, Monday, today is Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. It's the Geno Jones Show. But I guess you figured that out, right? You know, you can see, you got this big-ass sign behind me. You can read. Really? Stevie Wonder could see this song. No shade to Stevie. He used to work for the brother. Good dude. So, Monday through Friday, unless it's a holiday. Like yesterday was a King holiday, so we didn't do a live show yesterday. Just enjoyed the King holiday weekend, but I did get a chance to be a part of two King Day holiday parades, or King Day holiday parades. The city of North, actually one, really, the city of North Charleston, so let me be accurate. But the current mayor, Reggie Burgess, a lot of community leaders. It was really a wonderful event, along with my radio sister and radio brother, Savannah J and DJ D Nice on Star 99.7. Oh, and my other radio brother on our gospel station, Heaven 100.1 and AM 1390, the legendary, iconic, the Chef, Edwin Wright. The Chef is doing his thing, so I had a good time. And just thanks to everybody that I said hi to, that waved to, had a really good time. So, normal start times today are Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago. Hello. Hi, what's happening in Chicago? I know my mother's probably watching because she called me yesterday and said, Jeannie, you're not on. And you weren't going to call me and tell me. So here I am, Mother. 4:30 out in Denver, Colorado, or Boulder, where Coach Prime Time Deion Sanders is with the University of Colorado men's football team. Let's talk about, was he going to be the head coach of Alabama? I knew that was still Alabama. They'll recruit all the brothers to play football, but they ain't hiring no brothers to be a head coach, even in 2024. Yes. Facts, not fiction. I'm just telling you. Still America. Still America. All right. So, speaking of the King holiday weekend, it was a great weekend. For many of us, it was just a chance just to really reflect on the greatness and the moral greatness of the man. He had a great speech. He has so many great speeches, but there's so many quotes, but this one that really sticks with me. Dr. King once said in a speech, what good is power if it's not attached to love? Let me say that again. What good is power if it's not attached to love? I mean, really. Very profound, Dr. King. So, speaking of Monday night, shout out to last night's Emmys. I don't know if it was because the King holiday. A lot of folks are calling it the Chocolate Emmys. My man Anthony Anderson with his white blazer, had his tux, like a suit, tuxedo, but the tux jacket was white. It was looking good to clean, brother. I ain't mad at you. He was the host of the show, did a good job. Now listen, Emmys, if y'all really want the king of MCs for 2025, holler at your man. That's all I'm saying. All right, the king, not the king, the king of MCs. Holler at me right here. All right, you can find me, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. You can DM me on Instagram, Geno Jones Show on Instagram. You can TikTok. You can message me. I'm on Threads, and Instagram, Facebook, Geno Jones, and Geno Jones Live. The L-I-V-E is all caps. And even on that bogus ass, a racist ass X, formerly known as Twitter. Still there for marketing purposes only, but not a lot. I ain't really messing with him like that. So I digress. So Anthony Anderson was the host. Shout out to the sister Quinta Brunson. She won the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Abbott Elementary. She's also like the showrunner and writer, assistant writer. She is so talented. So congratulations, Quinta Brunson. You are a bad, bad sister. You are a bad black woman doing your thing. Speaking of bad black women, powerful, just did their thing last night. First of all, I'm a big Ma Ann, the TV show from the 90s, Ma Ann with Martin Lawrence, and you had, let's see, so you had the cast, basically, like the original cast with Martin Lawrence, Tisha Campbell, Tachina Arnold, and Carl Anthony Payne. It was, of course, now, Tommy, unfortunately, passed several years ago, the brother that Thomas Michael Ford played Tommy on the show. But you had Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell and Tachina Arnold, and like I said, Cole Anthony Payne. So it was just great to see them back together on the Emmys. Now, considering that that show never won an Emmy. Now, I know you probably saying, huh, wait, G, Martin is popular as Martin was, number one in the ratings for years, and Martin never won, not one Emmy. They weren't even nominated. Come on, well, y'all was really doing some racist shit back in the 90s. Really? Martin? Not even nominated? Martin Lawrence not nominated for lead actor. Tisha Campbell not nominated for best lead actress in a comedy series. Come on, y'all. Really, y'all was doing way too much. So, I mean, it was nice to see the reunion, but hell, you could at least gave them like a Lifetime Achievement Award Emmys last night. You had them presenting an award and not even disrespecting them like that. But that's all right. Them residual checks from the Martin reruns, I'm sure looking real nice. And Martin Lawrence's bank account, and Tisha Campbell's bank account, Tachina Arnold's bank account, and Cole Anthony Payne's bank account, looking real nice. Looking real nice. Also, on the Emmys last night, so you saw a lot of, Marla Gibbs was there. Congratulations to Niecy Nash Betts. She won the Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress in this Netflix movie about Jeffrey Dahmer. It was a Dahmer monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Now, my Gen Zers and millennials, if you don't really know who Jeffrey Dahmer is, he was like this sick, demonic, racist ass dude up in Milwaukee. They had a thing for like primarily young black and brown, like young men, like teenage boys, and he would like recruit them and try to hit on them or proposition them. A lot of them were like kids that were runaways or whatever, just having issues, maybe, issues at home. I believe a lot of them were gay or bisexual. Anyway, so this dude, he would like recruit them, have sex with some or most, and then he would kill them and chop their bodies up. Literally, this dude was sick. He was like evil. The personification. He embodied evil at its worst in human form. Dude, killing them, cutting up their body parts, eating them, and storing them in a damn freezer in his house. So, thank God they finally arrested his ass. So she starred in the movie. She was phenomenal, and she gave a phenomenal speech. She really stole the show at the Emmys last night with her speech. Shouted out everybody, including herself, but special shout out to every black woman, I'm quoting, every black and brown woman who has gone unheard yet over-policed, including Glenda Cleveland, Sandra Bland, and Breonna Taylor. Now, if you don't know who Glenda Cleveland is, or Sandra Bland, or Breonna Taylor, you should Google it. 3 black women that were murdered in very listen, at the hands of law enforcement. That's the bad part. Breonna Taylor was sleeping in her bed in Louisville, Kentucky, and just the cops shot up into her house. Thought her current boyfriend was a drug dealer, which he wasn't. They was looking for her ex-boyfriend, and you looking for him, so you shooting the house multiple times and killed her while she was sleeping. And she was like a first responder in the city of Louisville, in her early, I think in like her mid-20s. Sandra Bland is a woman from suburban Chicago that went visited some family. She was going to visit family in the South, and it's just this racist ass cop arrested her like for no reason. They put her in this prison in this little small town in the South, and she mysteriously died. So Google Glenda Cleveland, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor. So shout out to Niecy Nash. Man, she was funny though. She said, I got one person I want to thank. Me for believing in myself. I always say, always bet on yourself. I don't gamble. They say in Vegas, always bet on black. And I say in life, always bet on you. Because there's one thing that nobody, I don't give a damn who it is, nobody on the planet can beat you doing. And that is being the best version of you. Be the best version of you. And Niecy Nash bets she was living proof of that last night. She talked about it. So go back and check out. You can check out the video. I'm sure you can see it right here on YouTube somewhere. Some of the highlights, clips. I know some of the clips are on YouTube from the image because I watched them myself. So you can check it out also. Happy birthday today, January 16th, Sade. Helen Fala Sade Adu. In America, we call her Sade. R&B legend. She was a fashion designer and a part-time model. 65. Did y'all know Sade's 65 today? Happy birthday, Sade. It's time for her to go on. Have you ever seen a Sade tour? She puts on I can't think of the name of her band. Oh, her band was amazing. Phenomenal band. They actually released a solo album, and the name escapes me. But if you are a fan of Sade, just Google Sade, spelled S-A-D-E. Some folks are saying Sadie. She's from France, but her roots are from Nigeria. That's a Nigerian name. Fala Sade Adu. Helen Fala Sade Adu. But it's spelled F-O-L-A-S-S-A-D-E, and she just took off half the name and Sade, and we call her Sade. Super talented. Debbie Allen, speaking of super talented, choreographer, TV producer, TV director, a TV show, Fame, that was her show, and she starred on it, she paid. So here's a stretch. On the show Fame, it was like a dance school, and she played the dance teacher at the school. I don't know if it was a college or university, but it was a school for dancers. And she was like the teacher, the main teacher. And did you know, Debbie Allen is the younger sister. Debbie Allen is the younger sister of Miss Phylicia Rashad. Phylicia Rashad. You know who Phylicia Rashad is? Claire Huxtable. That's right. From the Cosby Show. So happy birthday, Debbie Allen. 74 today. Capricorns. I got Gemini on there. Capricorns. And speaking of a Capricorn, happy heavenly birthday to Miss Aaliyah. Aaliyah Houghton. Aaliyah would have been 45 today, born on January 16th. Today, way back in 1979, tragically, oh God, when I heard the news, I was heartbroken. As so many people were. She was such a beautiful young woman, talented, dealt with the drama with R. Kelly, moved on. She did some movies. She had such a bright future, just a beautiful spirit, beautiful young lady, inside and out. She could have did any and everything, actress, model, R&B singer. Everything she did, she was great at it. So happy heavenly birthday, Aaliyah. We miss you, we love you, but thank God your music and your memories live on forever. Born on this day in 1979, that tragic plane crash. She died just tragically in a plane crash in the Bahamas back in 2001. Just think about that. Wow. been over 20 years. Yeah, 23 years. Going on 23. We'll be in, I think, August. It was August of 2001. So, happy heavenly birthday to Aaliyah. Happy birthday to all of my Capricorns celebrating a birthday. Now, before we get, hello to my mother, my number one fan. I told you she was watching. Now, before I get out of here, look, the MAGA cult primary in Iowa, the MAGA cult leader, of course, won that primary. Coming in a distant third place was Nikki Haley. Nikki Nimrata, I'm not calling her a name, that's her full name. Nikki Nimrata Haley from a little small town, Denmark, South Carolina, the home of Voorhees College, one of the 8 HBCUs. As a matter of fact, Voorhees College is where her dad, who was a darker skinned man, her family, they're from India. And back in the day, her dad, like the late 60s, none of the, what we call now PWI, none of the major white universities would hire this man, this brother, because he had darker skin. So he had to take a job. He was a professor for many years at Voorhees College. I've even heard people on the radio talk about that they were students of his and that he was a good man. And he said he was very compassionate and had a sense of empathy and humanity to all of his students. So I don't know what the hell happened to his daughter, but I digress. Yes, Miss Nikki Haley, who said this morning on fake news that now get ready for this. Nikki Haley said on Tuesday morning, the United States has never been a racist country. I am quoting, "We're not a racist country. No, we've never been a racist country." But then, seconds later, in the same sentence, she says, because I know what real racism looks like because I experienced it. Nimrata, you got to make it make sense, my sister. America's never been racist. America's not racist. No. And America's never been racist. But because I know what real racism looks like because I've seen it. So which one is it, Nikki Nimrata? Which just you gotta make up your mind. You gotta lie better than that, because you know intimately, because your own dad experienced racism. Unfortunately, a good man. Thank God. So universities like South Carolina, Clemson. I don't know if he ever tried to get a job there, but he did try to get a job at the quote-unquote, like I said, white universities, PWI, they call them predominantly white universities, and they wouldn't hire the brother back in the late 60s. But the historically black college welcomed him with open arms. So how Nikki Haley could say, we've never been racist. No, we, America, we're not racist. No. We've never been racist because I know what real racism looks like because I've seen it. I'm just saying, make it make sense, Miss Nikki Haley. Now, quick history lesson. I know you try to, your MAGA cult party, and see what you have to understand. So Nikki Haley's presentation, she smiles and she tries to come across as like, oh, I'm not racist, not at all. But if you look at her policies, are very racist and sexist. She's like, well, whatever bill they sent to me in terms of an abortion ban, I'd sign it. So if the Congress sent you, if you were president and they sent you a national abortion ban, you said out of your own mouth, you would sign it. Here we are, South Carolina. 6 weeks abortion ban, and she's been trying to she's been trying to have it both ways and both sides against the middle. She's about 15-week abortion ban. How about no abortion ban? How about that? And stop with the lie that Well, because the Democrats want to be able to abort and kill a baby once it's born. Stop lying. Just stop lying. All people are not stupid. Now, some of the MAGA cult members, they're not the brightest bulb in the box. I'll confess. True stories. No lies told here. But really, and then she accuses people like my girl Joy Reid on MSNBC of, you're always promoting division. No, we promote Joy is just holding up a mirror to America, and especially a mirror to this MAGA cult movement. Racist, misogynistic, sexist, homophobic, anti-Islamophobic, or I should say Islamophobic, anti-Muslim, anti-immigrant, hateful, bigoted cult. So you can't say America's not racist. Now, if you want to say, well, we're not racist, the whole country, but it's a whole bunch of racists in this America. There are tens of millions of them. And they have voted for the MAGA cult leader and plan to vote for him again. So stop lying. Stop with the lie. This is the same woman that supports the whole banning books. Come on. Nikki Haley. Look, y'all be careful. Listen. So you have you have a MAGA cult leader and two MAGA cult leader wannabes. You got the original, like the original version, and then you've got the MAGA cult leader with the boot. I'm talking about Mr. Ron DeSantis. Somebody in Iowa, I saw a video. They gave him a presentation trophy. Oh, no, a participation trophy. It was so funny. They said, here's a participation trophy. Now, we know you're not going to win, but here's a participation trophy. And he tried to smile. You could tell he was like, how dare you? So you got the original MAGA cult leader. You got the MAGA cult wannabe leader with the shoe raises, because he has like these shoe lifts, and then you got one in the high heels. So you can pick. You got the original MAGA cult leader with the orange spray tan and the bad diet. You got the MAGA cult leader wannabe, Ron DeSantis, with the shoe lifts to make him look taller and their little funny looking white boots. Or you got the MAGA cult leader wannabe, Nikki Haley, who tries to smile and say, well, we're not, America, we're not racist. No. We've never been racist, because I know real racism when I see it, because I experienced it. Make it make sense. She would be the MAGA cult wannabe leader in the high heels. 1, 2, ABC, 1, 2, 3. Either any one of them. It'll be the death of democracy. You got the wannabe dictator, or the other two, if one of them wins, well, Ron DeSantis will damn sure want to be a dictator, and Nikki Haley would just allow, like, the Congress, the senators, the U.S. senators, and the House of Representatives that are part of the MAGA cult, they would just be the dictators and just kind of give her marching orders. Because either she went along with the MAGA cult plan, or she couldn't get anything accomplished. Facts, no lies told here. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. So tell the truth, Nikki. Tell the truth, shame the devil. That's what my grandmother taught me when I was a little boy, Jeannie. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Because people are not. Even those in the MAGA, a lot of those MAGA cult members, not all of them are stupid. I wouldn't even say most of them. It's a healthy number. And people who want power, they prey on that. They prey on the ignorance and fear. Now, some are genuinely racist, and some are racist and they want power, i.e., I want to be a dictator. And some are racist and they want power and they want policies where they can use racism and fear to pit poor and working class white people, make them think that poor and working class black people and brown people and Muslims and immigrants from all over the world and gays and lesbians and trans folks are the reason that They haven't seen a raise in 30, 40 years. And all the ills of society because, you know, in their poor neighborhood, they can't get good schools. They have inferior schools. And they can't get health care unless they live in a state. Here's a good example here in South Carolina. Mr. Governor Henry McMaster, I call him Governor Foghorn Leghorn. So this state of South Carolina basically rejected the opportunity to get millions, if not billions of dollars, I know it, millions of dollars for children who get federal school lunches while they're in school. There was a program, there's money, federal money, that will allow those children to continue to get school lunches when school is out. And do you know this state of South Carolina declined to take that money? And then you'll tell me you are so pro-life? How can you be pro-life? And when you would deny poor and working class children who had an opportunity to continue to get free meals. It's federal money. It's not costing you. The federal government is going to continue to fund the programs that they fund throughout the entire school year. A lot of these children, the only meal they get is the meal they get in school. And then when school is out, many of these children struggle just to find a meal every day. And understand, so for all the poor and working class and middle class, white South Carolinians that might somehow come across this show here, you need to contact your state representative and your state senators. Oh, by the way, you need to holler at your boys, Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott, your U.S. senators, and then call your governor's office, Governor Foghorn Leghorn, Governor Henry McMaster. Why? Ask these people who you vote for, you worship at their altar because they worship at the altar of the MAGA cult demon. Ask them why they would deny your children the opportunity to have a free meal, a free hot lunch or breakfast while they're out of school. Especially if your children are receiving, they go to a public school, and if your children are in the free lunch program, but when school is out, the program ends, but there was an opportunity to make sure your children could still eat while they're out of school, courtesy of the federal government. Let's go Brandon, you know that dude that y'all hate, which is slang for like F Joe Biden. You need to be saying that about the folks that look like you that decided, nah, you know what? They'll go hungry. It's okay. Summertime. It's hot. They don't need to eat as much. Was that the mentality? Was that the rationale? People that look like you, to worship at the same MAGA cult altar. Pro-life. Oh, we love life and we love children. Really? Bullshit. Stop lying. And I'm calling bullshit. No, really. Call Governor McMaster. Call your state representative. Who represents you in the State House in South Carolina? Who is your state senator up in Columbia? Ask them why. And if your child especially, but if you are so pro-life, ask them, how can they be so pro-life but deny children who need free lunches, who get them all year? Why would they deny them the opportunity to continue to get those free meals during the summer? Mr. and Mrs. Pro-Life, ask them that. Ask them if you know, WWJD, what would Jesus do? Ask him if Jesus would deny children who struggle getting hot meals or who struggle getting food in the summertime because they're not in school. So the free breakfasts and lunches, the free meals they would get in school, now they got to go almost 3 months without that program, without those meals. Yeah. Ask him if Jesus would turn down that money to make sure those kids could eat while they're out of school for the summer like they can eat when they're in school for the other 9-10 months. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you and God most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. It's 5:30 and cold as all get out. Dangerously cold wind chills in Chicago. Man, y'all wrap up. Get them big ass winter coats. I don't give a damn about Peter. Better get you a coyote, a real fur, or whatever. Or if you just don't want to do that, get you a fake one, but you better get a fake one that's warm like the real ones, because you're going to need it. 3:30 out on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. If you missed some of this episode, go back and binge watch this and all my other episodes. Shout out to Mr. Shout out to Mr. Mark Hill Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, the CEO of Designer Cuts, Barbering Palace. Here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro, you can check him and his work, because Kel be cutting up. Check him out on Instagram, KELBECUTTINUP, Kel be cutting up. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist. I like to call her the drip director of the Geno Jones Show. You can check her and her collection out on Instagram. LX, she's a fashion designer, fashion design major, graduating in May from my alma mater, Columbia College, Chicago. LX.N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscores that little dash at the bottom. LX.NCL underscore on Instagram. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show. It's going to be Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I will have a guest, and you get to see who that guest is. An author. She's got a new book. Actually, she's written a couple books, so you get to meet her, and she'll tell you all about her new book and about her previous books, and you'll get to hear her story right here on the Geno Jones Show. Thank you for watching, everybody. I love you so much. I really do. In the meantime, until 6:30 p.m. Eastern Wednesday, live, go on back and binge watch and copy and paste and screen grab and tag and send it to everybody and text them the link or just email them the episode. Holla.
Tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.